My first band, Orange. I bought my first guitar and combo amp on HP from the old Payne's music shop in Coventry behind the old pool meadow and put my first band together when I left school. We called the band Orange and we practiced at the bass player's parents' farm at Stonebridge Island. The band consisted of Graham Dewis on bass, Stephen Harrison on drums, and myself on guitar. We had some amazing times playing outside in the garden and inside if it was raining. Such good times. Chapter 2, Slice of Mojo. Moved to London. I moved to London with Mick Green for a while and lived in the bedsit in Ealing, where I met guitarist John Laverick, a guitarist-songwriter, and we became close friends. I was playing bass guitar then, so Mick and I would go around his flat to jam some songs out together. We were there for a few weeks, and Steve said he would drum for us, so he borrowed a car from his brother-in-law, and he swapped it for a van which had rubber duck on the side in large letters, and Steve came down to the bedsit to stay with us. I think Steve brought me this small electric fire down for us because we couldn't afford the electric fire in the bedsit through the meter. The landlord saw it and went mad. He kicked it and pulled it out from the socket and shouting and bawling at us, and we ran down the stairs with our guitars and had nowhere to go. We ended up sleeping in a laundrette the night before we came back to Coventry, and we told John that we would come down again. A couple of months went by. John moved to King's Langley and phoned me up and wanted me to play bass for him in a new band he had put together. I stopped at the sax player's bungalow in King's Langley and got myself a job in Watford in a paint factory. John Laverick had sorted a German tour out, and it all fell through over the money they were supposed to pay us. But we still got paid from the contract we signed. After that, we did some recording in the studio with the money we got, and a few gigs came in, so everything was going good. All this time, I was going out with a woman called Janice from Coventry. She was busy nursing at the time in Walsgrove Hospital. I met her on holiday at Knowlton Haven in Pembrokeshire. I fell for her when she came out of the sea in her bikini. It just reminded me of the James Bond film, Dr. No, with Ursula Andress coming out of the sea. I stayed a year in King's Langley. Married to Janice Lees. The band wasn't getting enough gigs, so I moved back to Coventry and got married to Janice. I bought my first two-bedroom house in Earlsdon in Mickleton Road, which cost me £1,900. My mortgage was £12 a month. £12. I had all new windows and French doors put in and new tiles on the roof, plus all the electrics done and a small porch on the front of the house. You lucky thing. My Uncle Bill was a foreman at Roxall Hydraulics near the Albany pub in Earlsdon, so he got me a job on the milling and drilling in a factory. I was on piecework, about £20 a week. I stayed there for a few years, and then another job came up at Chrysler car factory, working on the milling. A jump in my wages to £150 a week. That was good money for 1970. Janice wanted to move to the snobby area of Mountnor in Coventry. We moved to Cartmel Close in Mountnor into a 3-bedroom house. I really didn't want to move, but Janice always got her own way. Things were a lot more expensive there. My mother-in-law got me a job at Banner Lane as a stock records clerk, working on computers in the daytime. I played in a club band at night time most weekends. Plus, I was area manager for a shellfish firm at night from Perry Bar, Birmingham. I was working 3 jobs to get all my bills paid. I didn't feel that I had a life anymore because I was never at home to spend time with my wife and children. We have 3 beautiful children. Joel, my son, and Samantha and Michelle, my 2 daughters, now all grown up and fled the nest. Janice and I were married for 7 years, and then we split up. Married to Lynn Williams. I started going out with Lynn Williams in 1978 and married in 1980, and we split up in 1984. We had some great times together. Lynn and I are still great friends. She still lives in Coventry. We both still keep in touch. We had a lot of holidays together in Pembrokeshire at Knowlton Haven. One year we stayed in a caravan at Broadhaven in Pembrokeshire, and Roddy and his wife Angie came and joined us. That's Roddy from the Coventry two-tone band, the Specials. We took them to all the beaches and pubs down there. We had some great times together. And that, my friends, concludes chapters 1 and 2 of Slice of Mojo. Keep watching for some more. It's going to be good.